Hey friends, what's up? This is Janet coming to you from BoldFit. And first and foremost, I want to wish everybody a very safe and happy Thanksgiving, as that's coming up tomorrow. And we have a big game here in Ann Arbor coming up on Saturday, so it's the game, and go blue. Fortunately, I won't be able to attend the game, but for all those that will be there, I hope it is amazing and awesome. All right. So, having said that, we are coming to the end of November, and it has been a few weeks since I've been able to put out some workout videos and also more updates on my stress series. So, I kind of thought I would blend a little bit of that together right here, just to let you know about some things that have happened and what's coming up. So I never actually thought I would say this, but I'm really excited to see this November go. It's been a very trying month, just personally, professionally, family, and getting sick right after my birthday, which was terrible and set me back a lot of ways. But yeah, so other things that happened, it just got me to a point where I was not really taking good care of myself mentally and physically, and also for being there for my family. My kids really need us at this time, so yeah, I had to take myself out of the picture for a little bit. And also on a professional side of things, I quit this week, working at the other studio that I worked at outside of the YMCA, called Spanga. And this was a very difficult, hard, emotional decision for me, but it had come to a point for me through a long culmination of different series of events that got me to the point where it was a signal that I needed to part ways for my own health, mind and body. And I will say, on a more positive note, I always really loved the format of the workout at Spanga, which is what drew me to it in the first place. I'm a spinning instructor and strength conditioning, personal trainer, and yoga practitioner. So it was just like a holy trinity for me, and having those equally split apart. And the people that came into my classes week over week, seeing a lot of the same faces over and over, and new people, I think if anything, one of the main reasons that I love this job so much is working with people and to help them improve their lives in any way that helps them to live a healthier lifestyle. And I enjoyed hearing from people after classes, what they felt, and how it was improving things in their daily activities of life, how their mental health had improved. And those are things that you treasure, and I will never forget that. And it really just enriched me as well as an instructor. So I thank all of the wonderful, amazing people that I met and worked with there. And I hope this is actually not a goodbye, but hopefully see you sometime down the road. But on the other side of things, it just made me realize that at the end of the day, I need to be true to who I am, and I'm not willing to compromise certain values and ethics and integrity. And I felt that was happening for a while. It never really felt that having an instructor who brought years of experience and education, certifications, was ever really truly valued or, taken advantage of. In fact, it was almost like the opposite. And if you're not aware, in the state of Michigan, there is no regulation that says each studio or gym or other fitness facilities that you have to have a certification in X, Y, and Z. That's really mostly up to each establishment to establish that criteria. And it's been like a mix as far as my own experiences with gyms go of how many places do require it. Definitely the why, it's important that not only you have a certification in instruction or personal training or both, but also CPR and first aid certified. And those are all things that really are important as a fitness professional to be accredited in, and to make sure that you keep up on your learning, because we're always still learning. There's so much out there to keep going and learn from. So it's I believe with any profession that's important. I did not see that as a priority there. In fact, it's a mixed bag. Definitely not a requirement, and even with the training that maybe instructors who are auditioning, they will go through a training and learn quite a bit, but at the end of the day, it's not at the same rigor or depth as you would study for something like a personal training cert or a group X cert or spinning. And especially when you're new to a certain field like spinning, there's a lot more to it than just getting on a bike and playing some music and then adding in movements that might coordinate with a song, and that's that. If you actually were to follow the spinning methodology and train under it, it is more of a training experience, if anything. And there's things you need to know: contraindicated movements, what movements are safe to perform on the bike, what movements are advanced to perform, how heavy should you go, how fast or slow should you be, and then coordinating all of that to develop a profile that has some sort of meaning to it. It's not just a random sampling of songs, and that's what takes a lot of time often, especially for me. And instructors don't get paid to do that kind of work in the background, so it is a lot of time investment, to bring something new to teach to my students, and that just isn't something that is shared amongst the rest of the staff population, instructor population. And I strongly feel that it's important to be honest and open and transparent, and for people to know that. And if you're going into any sort of class or training, what have you, I always encourage people to find out more about who's training them. If you go to see a doctor, right, you're going to want to look at his or her qualifications, background, experience, and not to be flip about it, but that's kind of how I feel like it should be with instructing. And maybe that doesn't matter to some people, but at the end of the day, it is your health and safety that you're entrusting into the person that's leading a class or training. And I feel like I would want to know that that person knows what to do, how to protect me, how to teach me the correct form, alignment, what to avoid, not to do, how to recover. I mean, there's just a wealth of information that can be given and is important for sort of an all-around comprehensive base of knowledge for improving your health outcomes. So needless to say, where people are not given the opportunity to shine in that way, that is very demoralizing and unfortunate, because there's a lot of great people that should have that trust with everybody that they go into a class with. And, you know, their priorities just did not match mine. And another part about it was that, you know, as a person who is very outspoken and has a strong voice and opinions, that was also something that was insinuated to be a negative. And that's very unfortunate, because, you know, I feel like when people, you know, have something to say, you know, say it. If you are, especially if you're rooting what your beliefs in fact, or in evidence, or results, or experience, you know, I feel like that is the time to actually come out and say something. And if people challenge me on my opinions or beliefs, then, you know, I'm always welcome to discuss or to debate. I think all of those things are very healthy, not unhealthy. In fact, it's a very Jewish thing for us, when we question things. That's what we're supposed to do, not just take things at face value. So it's not the first time in my professional career, even before fitness, that, you know, I've heard these kind of statements. And when I was younger, in my 20s, working as a consultant internationally, things would be said like that, or, you know, things would be asked of me to do that were not ethical, in some cases not legal, or put a heavy liability on me. And I just grew up with an ethos that I needed to be honest. I needed to, you know, go by the book and always maintain integrity. And that's what I did in those cases. So if I was asked to do something that I didn't feel was ethical, then I wouldn't do it. And on the same note, you know, if people are telling me to not share my voice, then I don't think that that's a good place for me to be. You know, my parents immigrated to this country in 1976 from the former Soviet Union, which is kind of ironic, since everything right now that's in play politically here, it's kind of about where they came from. And they came here in search of what many immigrants come to this country for, in search of a better life, you know, a better life for their kids, a place where they could be whoever they wanted to be. They didn't have to hide behind their ethnic background, their religious background, whatever it might be. Like, they truly saw this country as what many people see it as, a beacon, a shining beacon on the hill. And as I was watching the impeachment testimonies that happened a couple weeks ago, I watched the Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Vindman testify. And he is also a Russian Jew whose family is from Ukraine, and he immigrated to this country when he was 3. And his testimony was so powerful and really hit home hard, because he made a statement at the beginning where he talked about telling his dad that, you know, I know what I'm doing is the right thing, and what he's doing is really a huge sacrifice to his own professional career, given the stakes of what's happening in the political sphere. But then also at the end, he said he was doing this because in America, right matters. And that's what my parents felt, and that's what they instilled in me. So growing up a bit and having felt that, you know, in my young years in my profession, and then even up to now, obviously, I realized that I can't be somebody I'm not. And I can't be a person that just keeps things inside when I feel very strongly or passionate about things. Like, what you see is what you get. And so, long story short, I'm always going to be who I am. And if that's not accepted, then too bad. I'm sorry. Not sorry. But anyway, so, you know, I'm ready to see this month off, but I'm not going to let it ruin all of my Novembers, because my November starts with my birthday, ends with Thanksgiving, and it's one of my favorite months, and it's just really sad to me at this time that it had to be not the best month. But going forward, I am really excited. I feel a lot like a weight has been lifted off, and so like this energy is starting to creep back in. And for BoldFit, you know, I'm going to get some of the videos that Ryan and I filmed earlier this month, including one that really focuses on balance and stability and agility, and Ryan and I kind of go through a different series of types of exercises, so I'll get that one up, as well as the birthday workout that he and I did together on my birthday through the Hannah Eden Fire 2.0 series on bodybuilding.com, which was very comical and fun, and such a great reason to film yourself, because you don't always see what you look like when you're working out, even when you have mirrors. And watching that video is like, oh my god, if I was like my own trainer in there, it'd be like, your squats, just goblets, they were not, like, it was just bad form as I got fatigued. So anyway, I always feel like those are helpful to show, like, we're all human, we all have to work on things and continue to improve upon them. But we're also going to be working on getting videos up of different movements in general, like having a little database of exercises, so learning how to do, you know, a squat properly, a sumo squat, you know, bench press, push-ups, all of those things. We're just going to start developing that, and including the discussion of how you do those things, and as well as the visual demonstration. So that's something that we're going to be starting to work on today. I will be continuing my personal training in Ryan as well at the Fitness House, which we are so grateful to be at and loved, and I so much even more appreciate having that kind of a collaborative environment. I'm also still going to be at the Y. Y is like my home away from home, and they've always been wonderful, and it's just a community that I thrive in and enjoy being a part of. So that's that, and yeah, so I'm looking forward to a lot of these things happening. So look for some new videos, and if you are interested in training, you know, send me a message either through Facebook or Instagram, or on YouTube. And if you are on YouTube, please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell to get notifications of any new videos. And yeah, so expressing gratitude, that's kind of that right time of year to be doing that for health and for family, for people, friends who support you, and also a huge gratitude for my parents who raised me to be a strong, independent woman who could do and be whatever I wanted. So just want to say спасибо, мама и папа. Я всегда буду очень благодарна за все, что вы нам построили здесь, в Америке. Я очень люблю вас и целую вас крепко. And with that, have a safe and happy holiday. One more time, go blue. Talk to you soon.